question. You touched on it earlier, the us versus them mentality that's prevalent in I would say a little bit in Hispanic communities. What do you think is a good way to kind of stop that tension? Because me personally, I've got friends of different varying races and we get along just fine, but in the community in particular, there's a lot
I think
of
as individuals, we have to stop doing it as individuals. We got to start being friends with other people and branching out. We can't just be a clique. And listen, I hope that everybody received this properly. We, black people, and the black people that's watching this, and everybody else that care about the black issues, we will lose if we try to just black. Why? We don't have no wealth generated. We don't have wealth generated because we don't pursue that. We don't pursue that kind of stuff. We won't get rich quick. Why do all these NFL players go bankrupt?
They don't have proper
because we're not investing. We trying to ball. I ain't gonna lie. When I started making some money, what's the first? I bought a nice car. It was as stupid, but it's like ingrained in the culture to say I want to ball. I want to be flashy. I'm gonna get me a chain. You got $100,000 chain and you don't have no equity. You're not passing anything down to your kids. I know dudes that got so much money right now and they balling, but then you say, do you have a trust set up? Do you have investment set up? Do you own property? Are you investing in businesses? Are you in these meetings? You're not doing anything. You're just blowing your money.
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. My name is Eleru, and today I'm back with an amazing video and check out with you guys. This is called Officer Tatum Dismantles Systemic Racism Claims. Heated debate on HBCU funding and reparations. Now it goes, guys. Talk less and react more. Let's check this out.
When we have an HBCU that does not get funding because of the fact
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Because of the fact that we
look it up. Put some money on it. He secured permanent funding. He secured.
How much did Barack give?
Barack ended permanent funding for HBCUs. Donald Trump reinstituted permanent funding for HBCUs. Did you not see?
Sir,
Did you not see? Everybody out here can fact check this. Everybody out here can fact check this.
Sir,
once you look at the picture of the HBCU presidents, every single HBCU president went to the White House and was with Donald Trump, and he negotiated a deal where he gave them permanent funding, which is something Obama never did. Look it up. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, get you one of these shirts. Link is in the description section. This shirt's so fire, it's crazy. I need to put this on a hat and everything else. This is the craziest design I've seen. Really, really good. 47. Hopefully we win this thing. I have faith that we'll win it, and we're gonna rub it in their face like a dog pooping on the carpet. All right. Link will be in the description section. Discount code will pop up here. Get you some of this merch. Let's get into this.
More real quick question. You touched on it earlier, the us versus them mentality that's prevalent in I would say a little bit in Hispanic communities. What do you think is a good way to kind of stop that tension? Because me personally, I've got friends of different varying races and we get along just fine, but in the community in particular, there's a lot
I think as individuals, we have to stop doing it as individuals. We got to start being friends with other people and branching out. We can't just be a clique. And listen, I hope that everybody received this properly. We, black people, and the black people that's watching this, and everybody else that care about the black issues, we will lose if we try to just black. Why? We don't have no wealth generated. We don't have wealth generated because we don't pursue that. We don't pursue that kind of stuff. We won't get rich quick. Why do all these NFL players go bankrupt?
They don't have proper
because we're not investing. We trying to ball. I ain't gonna lie. When I started making some money, what's the first? I bought a nice car. It was as stupid. But it's like ingrained in the culture to say I want to ball. I want to be flashy. I'm gonna get me a chain. You got $100,000 chain and you don't have no equity. You're not passing anything down to your kids. I know dudes that got so much money right now and they balling, but then you say, do you have a trust set up? Do you have investment set up? Do you own property? Are you investing in businesses? Are you in these meetings? You're not doing anything. You're just blowing your money. And let me tell you another thing. Reparations is another thing. Raise your hand if you think black people should get reparations. Okay, raise your hand. High, I need it high. Raise your hand if you think it's good for black people to get reparations. Now let me tell you why that's a myth. When you get reparations, where do you think that money is gonna go?
Into my community.
What community? You don't look. You don't go to HBCU. Do you live in the hood?
Yes.
When you get money, are you gonna move out the hood? You gonna live in the hood?
I'm be in my hood.
You gonna live. You better move out. You better look at what happened to Nipsey Hussle. He was in his hood. Young Dolph, right here.
But we talk about.
No. Young Dolph.
No.
What happened to him in his hood?
I'm from Cal State.
Right.
What we're not going to do is invoke dolphin this.
Is it true? Is it not?
We're going to invest in
Is it true? Is it not?
If you are
Okay,
going
let's.
to invest in our community,
Okay.
just listen to me.
When you say investment, what are you going to do as an investment point? What's your first investment?
I'm going to put of the black businesses that I know within my community.
Okay.
I'm going to put money towards them.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure that we get the guns off the street. I'm going to make sure that we have everything.
How are you going to do that?
How am I going to do that?
Yeah.
Man, that is a long plan. But the basic points are this.
Systemic gun control. Who's like gun control?
So
Stricter laws.
So here's.
No, let him go.
No, that's not me.
No, you go. Go ahead.
So here's my thing. We are invoking Black Wall Street and all these other black like business owners and everything else, right? And then you're like, well, the reason it messed up was because we decided to integrate. No,
It's
they
not
blew
just integrate.
it up. No. They
Okay.
blew up Black
Let's see how
Wall
much you
Street.
know. And then what happened? No. When did they build it back?
They did never build it back.
Put some money on it.
We could not build
You
it
want to
back.
put some money on it?
To the grandeur
Somebody
that it was.
go ahead, fact check him right now.
To the grandeur that it was.
No. It was built back, and it was just as successful as it had ever been.
was not.
A few years later. Put some money on it.
We are arguing between fact
Okay.
and fiction here. The fact
Put some money on it.
I can gladly put money on it.
All right, let's
But
do
the
this.
fact
Let's do this.
is,
Fact
they
check
blew
it.
it up.
Fact check it. Look at Uncle Tom the movie, Uncle Tom 2. Look at the movie. It is verifiable proof with evidence, video evidence, text evidence.
So the
people who
descendants-
live there.
So the descendants of the victims and everybody else, their points and their businesses that are no longer
They're-
there do not matter.
No, they're victims. They're paying this victimhood just like it's appeared that
It's
you're
not
playing right now.
victimhood when your family was blown
They
up.
okay. Let's put it like this. Okay, listen to this. If you claim, which is not true, you claim that they blowed it up and it never
That
repaired.
they firebombed it and
and it never
built
repaired.
it back up.
You said it never. It was just a lie. But just say that happened.
But it was never
Let's say that.
successful
Let's say.
as it initially
Let's say that happened. Let's say that happened. How in the world can we build something so great in 1925 and we can't do it today?
One, segregation in general.
Not every state was segregated, mind you.
The economy's getting worse.
Segregation in general within the South. Are you from the South?
South. I'm from the South. I'm from
Where you
Texas.
from?
Texas.
Texas. Okay. Segregation in the South, and you know there's no way in hell that we can establish our businesses within this time period without at least the threat of our businesses being taken out the way. There's no way that you can do that.
That's just.
And
it's
even
simply,
then,
that's simply
and
not
even
true.
then, you say it's simply not true, but then the countless business owners, especially in
What about the
Memphis,
ones that are still flourishing today?
the lucky?
No,
the lucky few.
Lucky few.
The lucky few. Considering the fact that the majority of our businesses were either run into the ground, taken over, or just run over again by the same white populations that wanted our stuff anyway. The issue is
Do you
not,
think the white man is against you in America?
There's-
Systemically.
No. Systemically?
Do you think a system is against you?
Systemically, yes, because we're built on a rocky
Where?
foundation.
Where? On campus?
In every single
Okay,
instance.
okay, institutions. At this university?
Yes.
At this university,
At this-
the white man, like the system is against you?
Okay. So, we have a system in the United States where we were built on a rocky foundation.
Can we start here at the university? 'Cause
I'm
this is
getting
where
there.
we at.
I'm getting there.
Okay,
I'm getting there.
I'll let you get there.
Right over there, if you look over there, we have the Memphis State 8, who integrated this university. Until then, my grandmother could not go here.
But
My grandmother
we
went
also
here.
had our
Whoa,
own
wait.
universities.
We, yes, had our own universities, but not everybody can go to said universities. We are descendants of, keep this in mind, the people that wanted to come to this university and the people that wanted to go to Russ, to TSU, to Howard were the descendants of sharecroppers, business owners that tried every single way for us to make waves in our communities. And the issue is that when you say, oh, well, we don't need to worry about the race issue here, you're completely forgetting the fact that we were not integrated. We were not integrated here. In the city of Memphis, we were not integrated much into the 70s. And the reason for all this is it's systemically put in place. I understand not wanting race to stop you. Completely do understand that. But we live in a society where our race is going to inflict harm and pain on every single thing that we do, even when we jump over hoops.
Listen, I do understand history, right? I took Africana studies in college. So I do understand the history of black people in America, all the way from Africa, all the way here. So what I'm saying is that there are things that people are using as crutches, right? Booker T. Washington, Tuskegee University, all the successful black men that were born and lived, Madam C.J. Walker. Do you know who Madam C.J. Walker is? Raise your hand if you know Madam C.J. Walker. Sarah Bree Love. She was Oprah Winfrey in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Think about this. How did this woman have white folks working for her and essentially was a billionaire?
During the Harlem Renaissance.
It's because not only did black people in pockets have levels of success, we begin to go downhill after we started doing all this civil rights stuff.
No, we don't.
We did. We
reason
had our own schools.
The reason we had our own schools was because we couldn't go anywhere else.
Why don't you go to HBCU right now instead of going to University of Memphis?
I got a full ride here.
Well, why don't you go to HBCU?
Because I decided to go here. I had the choice to go to an HBCU.
So here's the thing. So I'm assuming if you got a scholarship here, you would have a
scholarship
to HBCU, right?
Yes, I had scholarships
You
elsewhere.
choose to go to where the systemic oppression is instead of going to an HBCU.
The systemic oppression is at the HBCU too. What you're not getting is.
So now black people run it and it's still racist.
No, you're not going to talk over me. I'll let you talk. Let me talk. When we have an HBCU that does not get funding because of the fact
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Because of the fact that we
look it up. Put some money on it. He secured permanent funding. He secured.
How much did Barack give?
Barack ended permanent funding for HBCUs. Donald Trump reinstituted permanent funding for HBCUs. Did you not see?
Sir,
Did you not see? Everybody out here can fact check this. Everybody out here can fact check this.
Sir,
once you look at the picture of the HBCU presidents, every single HBCU president went to the White House and was with Donald Trump, and he negotiated a deal where he gave them permanent funding, which is something Obama never did. Look it up. Okay.
So here's the thing. Again, you're invoking black businesses, black business owners, and all these other things.
And I'm invoking a black man that's at the university I'm at right now.
But
that decided to come here instead of HBCU.
Yes, because they gave me the majority of money to go here. My thing is this.
Which one is it? Are they helping you or are they hurting you?
You're going to let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Because you keep on talking over me, I can't finish my point.
It's frustrating a little bit, but go ahead.
I understand it's frustrating. Hearing things like that is frustrating.
You're just lying to me right now.
You're just talking over me.
Go ahead, finish.
When you have a place where systemically, especially in Memphis, and you know everything that's happened here, and you could be upset about systemically and all that other stuff.
I'm not upset about it. It's just not true.
It happens.
What systemic thing is happening to you on this campus?
Systemic thing is happening to me on this campus.
Yeah.
I was pulled over right over there.
On campus. Is campus police?
Yes.
Okay, you were pulled over there for what?
They said that there was something wrong with my license plate. There's nothing wrong with it.
They just pulled you over for nothing?
Now, I can't blame him. I get that. But there are other accounts of people, not just campus police, but police in general, that have been identified as a person of interest and has not been. We're getting off topic. Back to what we were saying earlier.
Yes, sir.
That's what we were saying earlier. The issue with everything happening with us now is the fact that these systemic policies are here. They're in our laws.
Campus?
They're in our laws.
Name a law that's systemically racist against black people. What law?
A law that's systemically...
You know it's none. God. You know it's none. I know that's why it's hard for you to say it, because it is none.
A law that is systemically against black people?
Name one.
You want an old or a recent?
I mean, whatever you want to say. Federal, you can go federal, you can go local, you can go
stop and frisk.
State.
Stop and frisk.
Which was a law that was state level in New York. And you say that was racist.
So literally the police could go over to anybody, black, white, no matter what, because these policies affect white people too, especially poor white people. The issue is that when you have stop and frisk, they could just be like, hey, you...
So it's not racist, it's more classist.
No.
You said it affects white people the same.
Let me finish.
Okay.
The racial element is always there.
There's black cops there too.
But the black cops are also arresting people. They're part of the problem. The issue is that when you have...
Right, can we
let me finish.
Can we get to somewhere with this? Because I think we're going to continue. You cannot tell me how there's a systemic racist thing that's on this campus that prevents you from being successful. You can't name one.
Okay, guys, you know, this is funny though. He's complaining about systemic racism now. What would he have done if he was living during the Jim Crow era? You see, the guy just kept rambling. He couldn't give any fact. I don't know, when they asked this race baiters about this systemic stuff, they say they were pulled over. It's a cop's duty to pull you over if they notice something wrong, regardless of your race. And he just contradicted himself there when he said, the law also applies to poor white people. Meaning it's not a matter of race, it's classist. And he couldn't say one thing or one systemic law in the university that's prevented him from functioning fully as a student. See, it's safe to say that all those laws that were in the system are now gone. I mean, just as he said, his grandmother couldn't go to this school. Maybe because she couldn't afford it yet, or there was a law in place at that time. But the fact is, he's here now because that law is no longer there. And Officer Tatum asked him, why isn't he at the HBCU instead of here? He said, because he chose to go here. And there are also racists in the black-owned schools. How would you be racist to your own people? I mean, how does that even make sense? The thing is, Officer Tatum stated something, which I frankly agree with. You know, when a typical black man actually gets money, I'm not just talking about the black Americans, but literally every black nation, the first thing is you want to ball. That's the truth. I mean, it's more like an innate nature there. You just want to cruise. So typically, over 50% of them won't have investments because they're balling. They're just blowing their money. We see this every day. You just acquire little wealth, you get flashy clothes, you get cars. And just as I said, most NBA players end up going bankrupt because they don't invest. They don't. And you don't have generational wealth. Your ancestors didn't leave anything for you to take on. Wouldn't it be wise for you to actually get the money and put it into something that's going to get you more money rather than blowing it up? As I said, you can't succeed if you stay within, I'm just going to rephrase that, if you stay within your comfort zone or within your clique. You've got to mix up with people. You've got to see diverse ideas. You've got to see diverse thoughts. You could get the ones that could benefit you and make you grow. You've got to actually establish a connection with other people. Thankfully, now, in this 21st century, there are no longer systemic racist laws in place. In fact, literally all racist laws have been eradicated. Right now, just as this young man is, he's individually racist. The problem with racism, and that's why it won't leave, is because they are individual racists. And what happens if that individual racist gets into a position where he can pass those laws in place? Then you can see a repeat of the Jim Crow era. But for now, I believe, just as he said, just as Mr. Tatum said, you've got to expel it from yourself first. You've got to remove it from your mind before you can begin to see the good in others. This student went on and on about the white man oppressing him and all that. I mean, it's even rather insultive to most of the whites here, or even the other black community, because really, you're free to do what you want to do. Like, you're literally free. And when he complained about the state in New York, Mr. Tatum said, you know, there are black cops there, right? And he said, yes, they are part of the problem. How? How can you complain that your own race is being racist to you? And he literally has no proof to back that up. I believe, or at some point back then, yes, some of those things might have happened when a black man is bought over by a white man and he just begins to do his bidding. But for now, if he could have given any proof whatsoever to back up these horrendous claims he pushed forward, I believe maybe he and Officer Tatum, and those of us even watching, could have seen reason with him, but I don't know, I just couldn't see it. And neither could Officer Tatum. But anyway, guys, leave your comments on this in the comment section. And please must leave a thumbs up at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe.